Hello, this is the Reading on the Rocks podcast. We are Kelsey,
Chandler,
and Morgan. We like to drink and read books and then talk about them. Welcome to the group chat.
Welcome back, book besties! On this episode of Reading on the Rocks, we're recapping Touch of Poison, Part 2, which is, what's it, chapters 45 through the end?
Something like that.
Yes, chapters 45 through the end. But first, let's talk about our beverages. Kelsey, what are you drinking today?
Guys, I finally got my white rum.
Yay!
Kelsey's back. I'm back.
OG Kelsey.
So, this is white rum, pineapple flavored with a Sprite.
Ooh.
Pineapple flavor, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a little deadly.
Yeah.
I have allergies, guys.
Oh, I
It's
thought
rough
you meant
life.
like deadly good. But it's like
I
actually
died.
deadly.
I would die. That really go. What a way to go, though.
At least you'll die happy.
Honestly, if I'm like on my deathbed, seconds away from dying, somebody better be shoving a Reese's peanut butter cup in my mouth.
Spoonful of peanut butter and a splash of pineapple white rum.
Mango white rum. I bet you that's a thing.
Mango. I'm sure.
Oh, probably.
I'd
Mango
kill for
everything.
some mango.
Nowadays.
Anyways, Morgan, what are you drinking?
I've got I had. It was I don't know, what do you call them? Like a dirty soda, kind of?
Yeah.
And there was Diet Coke in there, and there was some coconut flavoring, and a little splash of something I added. But it's gone. So I'm drinking water. We had a pre-yap fest before the.
Yeah, we'll get into it. What
do you got, Chan?
About our Yap Fest.
Yeah.
I have H2O and Propel because I am in this series of Where is Chandler Now? I'm in a hotel. In the lobby because I can't let
In the lobby?
Yeah, because my son is sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
My
that
son
sucks.
and Caleb
You're
are
just sitting
sleeping
in the
so
lobby?
I'm not in the lobby. I'm in the breakfast area. See?
Wow.
I'm sure the front desk person is like, "What the fuck is this?
Wow,
Is this
I'm
chick
sure
reading?"
the guests really loved the conversation we just had then.
Yeah. I hope someone overheard
Nobody.
this situation.
You know she's
Only
talking
the
real
fruit.
fucking loud, too.
I mean, yeah.
Naturally.
Only the front desk person.
Yeah.
Nobody else is
She's
down
gonna
here.
ask for book recs when you walk out of there. She's
Yeah.
like, what are you guys reading?
She's gonna be like, "What are you talking about? Like,
Just-
what are you reading?"
Just note
Plug
that
our
down.
podcast. Be like, tune in.
It's real good.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, well, that's the series of continuing on Where is Chandler Now? But Touch of Poison. Okay, this is
Touch of Poison.
book 2 of a trilogy. We talked about part 1. Kat is poisonous now. She touches you, you die. Except for Bastion. She can
Except
touch
for
Bastion.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
He saved her life. Ella came to Alphen. That's pretty cool. They're trying to find the Circle of Ash to stop the sleep. That's a whole thing. Well, all right. We have an unpopular opinion. We are not going to finish the trilogy. Maybe a hot take. We're not going to finish it. Well, for the
I don't know if it's a hot
podcast,
take.
we're not going to finish it.
This is where the road ends for us.
This is where the
Being
road
healthy,
ends
at
for the
least.
podcast.
Yeah. For 2 out of 3 of us.
I will say, after we decided that we weren't going to finish the trilogy, it's been on my list, and it's already in my notebook, in my reading journal. as one of my trilogies, so I like had to finish
Oh,
it.
so you committed to it
I committed.
because it was in your journal?
Yeah.
That's funny. You're like, well, I have no choice.
Stuck now. No,
couldn't
I've
pay me
honestly,
enough to finish that.
honestly, I was curious to see how the storylines were going to end anyways. So I knew going into this, if we didn't finish for the podcast, I was going to read it separately. And I will say, if book 3 cat was the same cat throughout book 1 and 2, I don't know if Kelsey would have DNF'd. I think Morgan still would have. But I don't think Kelsey would have. I will say that. Bastion, he's a whiny little baby sometimes.
You
And
cry,
by
baby.
sometimes I mean all the time.
I don't do
Still.
crybaby men.
Yeah,
Um,
not a big fan.
we were not
So,
fans.
yeah. Obviously, we were not big fans. Morgan, when did you stop? 70%?
70.
70.
70%. I
I
said, this
did
is not for
finish-
me.
Yeah. I did finish the second book, but didn't have a fun time. So that's where we are with this. We
Yeah, I
decided to
just
get
don't
on it.
have fucking time to waste on books that I don't enjoy, respectfully.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's a
I-
podcast book, I don't think... I hated it so much that I think even finishing it, I still would have hated it, because I had such a terrible time from 1% to 70%. That it just wasn't worth it for me. But I did get a rundown of what happened, and sounds good.
Well,
I will say I felt like since I read the third one, more stuff happened in the third book than anything happened in the first 2.
yeah.
And
It
it
sounds
was the
like
smallest.
I did give them our pre-yap session. I gave them a rundown of everything that happened in the third book because I knew neither one of them were going to read, except for some spicy parts that we were all
Yeah,
intrigued
you
to
didn't have to
see.
put that in there.
it. We didn't have
You
to
didn't
say
have to say that out loud.
Yeah, whatever.
Too late. Already in.
Mom, plug your ears.
Yeah.
My mom knows the kind of shit I read.
Not your mom. Other moms here. Close your ears. Or brothers.
Kelsey's-
For that
Yeah,
matter.
fuck. Mitch, plug your ears, dude. Don't continue. Log off now.
Miles.
Bye, guys.
End the episode now, Miles.
Yeah, tune in next episode. This one's not for you.
Kelsey, is your brother what?
No. I was literally thinking Morgan's brother because he's probably our only listener anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mitch.
Shout out, Mitch.
After we just
Mitch.
told him to get off.
You want to be a guest?
He,
we all know.
he's already asked me to be a guest.
Okay. Kelsey, I know you don't know Mitch that well, but we all know Mitch did not listen to us when it came to turning off the podcast.
No, probably not.
No.
He probably kept listening.
He said, fuck
Pay
you,
no
I'm still
attention to
listening.
All
right.
motherfucker.
Mitch, you read the next book, you can be on.
It should. I'm excited for our next one.
We've
We'll get
already
into
picked
that
up the
maybe
next
a little
book.
closer. We're not even 10 minutes in, folks.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about. I don't want to just like make a whole like 30-minute thing about us ragging on this book, but
Yeah.
because that seems like too much. Basically, we could just end with we didn't like this at all.
Mhm.
That doesn't get better. Nothing happens in the first half of this book. I mean, some things happen in the second half, but it's like it's a drag to get there.
Yes.
It just wasn't fun. Just wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna maintain my stance of I feel like on paper some of this stuff has like a shit ton of potential to be
Yeah.
like a really good. Like I loved the poison touch aspect. Like that could have been fucking cool. But I just feel like she just drops bombs wherever, and it's just like there's no lead up. She's just creates scenarios that are just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Because, like, I will say, so like the princess, what was it, Syrah, that ends up being alive. That's the wrong princess that was being led up to believe that it was alive.
Yeah.
Because all of the backstory was, oh, Nyx was dead, but she just fell into the river.
Yeah, no body, no crime kind
no
of thing.
body happened. So, I
Nobody,
was
no
assuming she was
crime.
alive. But turns out it was the other princess that was literally beheaded. Like, there was no lead up to,
Yeah,
to
when
let
there
us
is a
know
body
that this might happen.
and there is a crime.
It just kind of,
Yeah.
it was just.
I don't like
But
it.
we did talk about, in our pre-app session, all the talks about Princess Nyx. In retrospect, after reading the third book, does make sense.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
After
It's
your little,
not the
but still.
It's not what we thought it was going to be, but it does make sense. Also, though, I was right. I'm a motherfucking genius.
Yes.
You are like annoyingly good.
Chandler, you are very good at random freaking theories out of nowhere.
Yeah, I hate it.
Wild. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So,
I just wait in the group chat. I just wait for the capital letters. I was right message that inevitably comes.
Yeah.
I have to say I'm sorry to the listeners. I disappointed. I didn't go TikTok live to scream I was right. Simply because I was on a plane and my son was sleeping on my lap. When I read the part that confirmed that I was right.
Funny.
Bastion's dad is Kat's mind wiper.
Yeah. Kaladin.
Mind wiper.
Caliban.
Caliban or Kaladin or I don't know. His name, I'm going to be honest.
Funny.
His name reminds me of Calabar from Halloween Town.
Yes!
It's Caliban or Kaladin. And I
I've
read
never
it and
paid
I'm like,
attention to the names.
It's he doesn't say his name until like way late in the second half.
Which one is he?
Baba was the one that Bastion beheaded. Alphavar.
Okay.
Is Caliban.
But Kat called him Kaladin or Calibin. And every time I read it, I thought Calabar.
Yes. Calabar's Revenge.
What
God,
would you do?
underrated movie right there.
Absolutely.
Calabar.
We're just off the rocker today.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I will say an ick that I found because it's literally the only thing that I highlighted, so I don't have a quote in the second half of this book. But there was an ick. I forgot what she was talking about, but she was like talking about reading some stories about something, and she said, "I consumed stories about them and sucked out the marrow." I'm like, why do you need that in a sentence?
Yeah, that was wild.
We don't need to talk about sucking out marrow of stories. Let's not. I had to go back and reread because I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I did not enjoy that. But that's all I had.
That's wild.
I don't have any quotes because I didn't finish it and I didn't like it, so I didn't have fun and I didn't highlight anything.
I had something that I highlighted. I have to just. My Kindle isn't loading, so I need to hope and pray that it's on my phone. Okay. Oh my God. 1 second. Okay. So, and honestly, it's an interesting time for Cat and Bastion in this book.
Okay.
But he says, "I'm no hero, but please let me be your villain." And I was like, okay, well.
Okay.
And then Kat, as a response, says, "I've had enough of heroes." And I was like, girl, you've never had a hero in your life. In your life.
Heroes? What are you talking about, heroes?
It's been exclusively villains from day one.
Your sister is the closest thing you've had to a
That
hero.
doesn't make any sense. Heroes? She doesn't have any heroes.
I'm like, okay, we think about it. Her dad. We don't know shit on him, but what we do know,
he was a douche.
He ain't a hero.
Yeah, he was a douche canoe.
Her uncle, not a hero.
Douche canoe.
Uncavendish. Robin.
Terrible.
Oh, also,
No heroes.
the husband finally dies. That storyline
Yes.
dead.
That's
can get
a
behind
pretty
that.
great scene. I will. Yeah, that's a pretty good scene. She kills him. Bastion does not save her. She kills him directly,
She
and that's a
kills
pretty
him
great scene.
using the soft bits.
Yep. That Phelan was teaching her.
Phelan
Yeah.
was teaching her. Yeah, she stabbed him in the eye with a piece of glass.
Sick.
Gosh, I can only imagine what the people in this lobby are thinking.
Whoopsie.
You're at the Holiday Inn Express on in Colorado Springs.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is, Chandler, the last Holiday Inn Express that you'll be staying at. They will be serving you with some papers.
I'll be getting kicked out.
That's so funny. Yeah. I will say,
yeah.
I mean, I like that line of being, I like the, I'll be a villain for you, but that's literally like all he says.
Yeah, but
about
that's
it.
like totally out of context.
Yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
kind
really
of
Yeah.
out
make
of
sense.
nowhere. Yeah.
It was, yeah. I just didn't like that she was like, I'm sick of heroes. And I'm like, girl, have you met a
No
hero?
heroes.
You don't know what heroes are.
You've never met one. You tried to be one and failed epically.
That's so funny. Gosh.
Do we have any... Where are we at? 17? Do we have any icks
No.
in particular?
In particular? No. Not anymore.
I don't have any icks, just that weird hero scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired of
The
heroes.
whole book's an ick for me. Well, at least
Yep.
1% to 70%, because that's all I read.
I will say, like, the ending just didn't make sense.
The ending of the
just-
third or the second?
The second. The ending of the third totally made sense.
Yeah,
At
the
least it
second, like,
concludes.
there's the second one, like, never, like, it doesn't really resolve anything. Like, all of the open-ended things that
Yeah.
happen in the second book, nothing gets resolved.
Yeah. And like I said, everything happens in the third book.
Yeah. That's super
Like,
annoying to me. You gotta
everything happens in the third book.
make things resolve and, like, open up new things.
Yeah.
Like, you have
There's
to
a
Hey,
pace
ta-
that we have to
close.
go with.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to close the same amount of mysteries that you open in one
Like-
book, not just in a series.
Yeah.
A king's rule starts and ends. Bastion's parentage
Are you spoiling
is
book 3? You can't spoil book 3.
released. I didn't say who it was. I didn't
Yeah,
say
but you
any of
can't.
that.
You can't. All 2 of our listeners.
Maybe they want to read book 3 to find out who Bastion's parents are.
Okay.
Mitch, let me know if you read.
It's not worth it. Whatever.
Oh,
Just
God.
maybe tell them.
Fine.
Say, hey,
I don't.
I'm gonna start saying shit about book 3.
I didn't say anything. I just said there's a lot of
A little
answers
bit of
in
things.
books. 2 things. A rule starts and ends, and Bastion's parents are released.
Yeah.
But I didn't say who.
Still,
Mm.
whatever. Anyway. Anything else in book 2 you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's go
No.
back to book 2.
Book 3 is a much better book.
Yeah.
I can't be convinced, unfortunately.
So, Morgan, are you gonna even rate it if you didn't finish it?
0.
Yeah, if you fucking want me to rate it, you're gonna be disappointed because it's not getting very far.
I didn't think so. So we're gonna go with 0 for Morgan.
There were, I don't know, maybe I'll go 1 star
There you go.
because there
You read
there was so
70%.
much potential.
Getting
And
crazy.
there were a couple
Yeah.
little scenes that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Is it the masterpiece that I was hoping for? Unfortunately, no, it was not.
Yeah.
But
Chandler, what about you? Because I'm gonna be probably in the middle.
I went 3. I felt like there was a lot of pages for absolutely nothing happening.
mhm.
The only thing that really happened in book 2 was Kat was cured. And she could touch people and control her magic, which I liked that she figured that out. And kind of figured out her life. And I feel like that gave her confidence going into book 3. Which did make book 3 more enjoyable than book 1 and 2. Yeah, I would go 3. It's not one that I'm gonna sit there and say it's a must read. It's not like Trial of the Sun Queen, which I will die on the hill that it is an amazing series and you should all read it. Kelsey got me that for Christmas, and
Yes, it did. It is a
I
good
haven't
series.
read that
it's
one yet.
perfection. It's Morgan. It's so fucking amazing.
It is.
It's on my list.
Lore,
I actually might have a copy of it over there. I don't know what I fucking bought.
Lore is my Trial of Sun Queen is my TOG.
See, you can't say that shit to me.
See, here's the thing. I
will
loved
tell
TOG.
You can't go back to back. Kelsey, did we have the argument about what's that book called? Gilded? Plated Prisoner?
Mm-hmm.
Last
Yes,
episode, and you said the same thing to me. You can't say those
No,
things to me.
No. I
No.
said it was so close to Tog for me, and while I stand by that, I may have been embellishing a little by saying so close. I will say that it's definitely my second under Tog.
Okay.
Like, I like it more than A Court of Thorns and Roses. I like it more than that, Plated Prisoner.
Kelsey's gonna
But
get canceled.
I'm not a Reese girl. Blame it on that. I don't like A Court of... I mean, I like A Court of... But again, this is a nostalgia thing. Tog I read when it was actually
I know.
coming out,
I'm just
so,
giving
yeah.
you shit.
that's why it's
It's
number
like
one.
a coming
But-
of age book.
Yeah, Plated Prisoner is
In
number
real
2.
life.
I won't say it's so close, but it's definitely my number 2 to Tog. Trial of the
That's
Sun
still
Queen,
crazy.
I would put it further down. Probably... it might be above A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I think it might be below that too. Not as
But,
not
That's
close
still
to
high
Tog for me.
praise. I
But
enjoyed
for me,
Nectar.
I didn't read Tog as it was going out. Tog was finished.
Yeah, but Tog is a masterpiece any day
And
of the
Tog
week.
is
you read
amazing,
it.
and I'm not sitting here saying that Tog isn't amazing.
I know, we're gonna
Because
get
Tog
into
is
it.
amazing.
But
But
well, I think that the thing is here, Chandler is more
Down, Chandler.
settle down, Chandler. I think the difference between Morgan and I and Chandler is that Chandler is more romance leaning.
oh yeah,
I think
Yeah.
she loves the more romance ones. Where
I mean,
Tog
I
is definitely
read a lot
fantasy,
of romance.
It's heavy fantasy.
heavy fantasy with sub romance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
with a subplot
Trial
of
the
romance. Yeah.
Sun King, yeah, and A Court of Thorns and Roses is definitely more romance heavy. Not that it's like romantasy,
I don't-
either of those, but I think there's more romance in those two than Tog.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the subtler romances, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. I want you to slap me in the face with some romance.
Yeah, see, this is where the drift is. This is where it is.
I mean, I like romance as much as the next gal, but there has to be a plot to go with it.
I'm
Yeah.
reading a mafia romance right now, just a palate cleanse after I've read 3 fantasy
Palate
series in a
cleanse,
row.
mafia
Palate
romance.
cleanse. Why don't you read the new Elsie Silver about the wrestler?
I haven't read the rest of the Elsie Silvers in that series, and I've already read
You don't have to go in order,
4
Chandler.
of the. Yes, I do. I've
No,
already
you don't.
Yes, I
I
do.
pick
Why
and
don't you read-
choose.
I
why
know.
don't
I
you-
don't
I
know how
cannot
you do
choose
that.
Ray.
I can't. I have. Kelsey, I don't know how you do that. I cannot pick and choose a interconnected standalone. If I'm gonna do an interconnected standalone, I have to my mafia romance that I'm doing right now. 6 siblings. I'm on the 5th sibling. It has to be. I have to start from the beginning.
No, when I see romances that are interconnected, I literally read all of the summaries, figure out which dude I like the most, and I read that one. And then I read read that book, and I get little glimpses of the other characters, and I'll be
Nope.
like, oh, I like that person, and then I'll go read his book.
No, I have to. I have to
love
start.
that.
I have to start from the beginning because
You
I
don't
want.
need a fucking discovery on every character, every
I
MMC beforehand.
Yes.
I start at the beginning, and then I watch that first couple throughout the series, and then I watch the next couple throughout the series, and then I have theories on which couple is going to go together throughout the series.
True story, I still have not read the first one in whichever one her cowboy one is, the one with Cade,
Rhett?
because I haven't read the first one, Rhett, because I'll tell you why. In the other books, they talk about him having long hair. Hard pass.
He does have long hair.
Hard pass.
I'm not
Can't
that
do it.
into him as a character.
Can't
If
do
he
it.
had like done anything in the other books, if he said anything, I would have read him. But he wasn't that. He didn't stand out
It
to me in
wasn't
the other
good.
books, and
I
his hair
honestly-
was
Dude, the
long. I was
mental
like, no.
image that you
I
have
read
of
that.
people is so important.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
kind of
My
just
mental image
imagine
of
whatever the fuck I
Batchman's
want.
embarrassing, and I don't like how he looks in my
Yeah.
brain, which might
Yeah.
also be contributor to why I hate him so
Yeah.
much, but also because he's a whiny little baby.
Yeah, we've really devolved here
We have.
Yeah, we're not
on
talking
this
about
podcast.
Touch of
We're
Poison
Not
anymore.
even close.
We
I
can
didn't even say
highlight
my
Touch
rating
of
yet.
Poison
It's fine.
and other things.
Other things.
We should do just a talk pod one day.
That is kind
we
of
probably
what
should do
podcasts
more of
are.
those. Yeah, I mean,
Next week.
Just a
but,
ramble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
yeah, that'd be
We
fun.
could do our Silver Flames fight.
We could do a silver. We could do.
We could do that next week, guys, and do the book that I chose in 2 weeks, since we're gonna read the whole thing.
Yeah.
How about that?
We can do
Just
that.
do a talk
Let's do that.
next week.
Hey, next
There we
week
go.
we're not reading a book.
We're just gonna talk about some random shit that we want to fight about.
Let's all three. I have an idea. What if we all three
Okay.
come with an argument
Yes,
to present
Our-
to the other two?
our die on this hill.
Yeah, Our die on this hill argument. Oh man, we're gonna have to do it on a weekend because that'll be
Yeah.
a fun one.
Yeah,
Morgan.
let's do it.
Morgan, we can't. We have to do that. We have to be in separate rooms. I feel like we'll throw hands.
When are you coming? Today's the 12th. Like the
The
22nd or
21st.
something, isn't it?
10 days.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I don't know
Well-
if you're gonna have a place to stay after.
After our argument.
Yeah.
Ready to
We'll
roll.
see how it goes.
You won't
Oh
kick.
my gosh.
You won't kick my son out.
No, not
You
Carter.
love him.
Carter can stay.
We're package deal.
But Chandler and Sadie?
Sadie's not with me.
Oh, that's right.
Sadie's in Minnesota. My psycho dog.
I'm Minnesota. There you
Sadie
go.
girl.
Minnesota.
She did start to, besides the point, but she did start to grow on me right at the end.
Besides the point.
She's not grown on Tammy and Dave.
No.
Shout out to Tammy and Dave for watching my
Shout
dog.
out Tammy Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Kelsey,
Guys,
what did you
Rupert.
rate this
Okay.
book?
Oh, okay, my rate. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that I
fuck.
put. I think I put 3 stars on Storygraph, but I'm gonna give it more like a 2
Okay.
because
That's fair.
3 feels generous.
yeah, 3 was on the
For
generous
you
side. It was like
especially.
right after I did it. Yeah, I probably.
In
I think I did
hindsight.
the first one at like 2.9 or something like that. So I'll just go down to 2 because I'm gonna stop. So that's our ratings. And this book that we are not continuing reading. Next week we're gonna have some die on this hill arguments about
We're gonna
book
throw hands.
related items.
Choosing
But
first
just
to
to give
fight.
you a heads up for 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, we are going to read Us Dark View by Alexis Patton. And we're going to read the whole book because it's kind of a short one. It's like 320. I love Alexis. She's on TikTok. She talks to literally like everyone. And I think it'll be really fun.
Hey Alexis, we're
to
gonna
see if
tag
she-
you.
Yeah, definitely going to tag you. Oh, I love her so much. She's so sweet. And her book, I have read this book before. And this is my way of forcing them to read this book.
Last
Just
time
like
it went
Kelsey,
over really well when you
It
forced
did
us
go
to
over
read.
really well.
Yeah.
That was my
When-
only 5-star of the year so far.
When we rate, you have to do the same thing before rate,
Rate
second rate.
before and second rate. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you want me to
I know you
say my
rate in
rate now?
Storygraph. No,
I do rate in Storygraph. You could look at my rate in Storygraph.
but
I'll save
I don't
it.
really care. No, keep
I'll
me in
save
the
it.
dark.
I always look.
That's a good idea.
I never look because I don't rate in Storygraph. I only rate in my book journal because I have to rate in my book journal.
I have
Otherwise,
I
it's
need to catch up
incomplete.
in my book journal. As soon as I
There you
rate
go.
in Storygraph, I go see what
Breaking
Kelsey
Mickey's
rated it.
heart.
I do. I look at my community page and see what.
Mm-hmm.
I
rated things,
never look
or
at my
what you're
community
doing.
page. Hey, follow us on Storygraph.
Oh yeah.
On Storygraph.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how
my
to do that.
username, but
Yeah.
What are your news? Let's find our username. Storygraph.
Oh,
All
we
right.
should have a
Oh my
we should
gosh.
have a Reading on the Rocks one.
We should
that's
have
a
a
good
Reading
idea.
on the Rocks one.
That might be
Would
fun.
then, yeah, just have pod books in it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
That one might be hard though because we do different.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
rate
we do
differently.
different rates.
Yeah.
On Reading on the
I
Rocks,
know.
Oh, go for it, Kels.
I know. I know. Morgan is Morgan under. Do you want me to say this, Morgan? I should say that. It has your name on it. Full name.
Maybe not.
It also has my full name on it. So maybe we shouldn't do this. Never mind, guys. Don't follow us.
Don't follow us.
Don't follow us. Keep to yourselves. Thank you.
But-
My bad.
Anyway, we hope you come listen to us argue next week and read A
Listen
Stark
to
View
Morgan and I get
for 2
into a
weeks
fight.
from now. Yeah. There's going to be some hands thrown.
It'll be a good one, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be a good one.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to this wild
Whatever
ride
this
that
was.
happened today. Whatever this was.
Whatever happens.
See
Shout
you
out to
next
Mitch.
time, I guess. Please don't read that book, Mitch.
Please don't read it.
Wait,
Thank you.
Mitch,
Oh,
I want to know if you followed through to the end. How many times did we say your name?
Ooh, let's make it a drinking game, Mitch. That boy loves a drinking game.
There you go.
All right, Mitch, a
Perfect.
shot for every time we said your name. Go back through.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. All
We're
right.
praying for you. Bye, Mitch.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you liked our ramblings, please tune in next week and follow us on social media. Book recs and drink recs are always welcome. Until next time.